we are going to start terminal velocity. I am supposing a spherical ball of radius small r and made up of material of density rho is dropped gently within a viscous medium of density sigma. Material density is rho and the fluid density is sigma. I am supposing the radius of ball is small. Now, when the ball is dropped, what forces acts on this ball? Initially, its weight in downward direction, and weight is equal to mg. Up thrust in upward direction. What will be the up thrust? You know, weight is equal to mass is equal to volume multiplied by density. And what about up thrust? Up thrust will be volume multiplied by density of fluid multiplied by z. This is the weight of fluid displaced by this ball, and weight of fluid displaced by the ball, that is equal to mass of fluid displaced, that is equal to v into sigma multiplied by g. This is the initial force on the ball. Definitely, if its density is more than this density, then there will be net force in the downward direction, and due to this net force, what will happen? Its velocity continuously increases. Its velocity continuously increases. Initially, its velocity was very small, but after a span of time, its velocity continuously increases, because you know v is equal to u plus at. Means with the span of time, with time, its velocity increases. But when its velocity increases, there is a relative motion between the adjacent layers of fluid, and due to this relative motion, what will happen? There will be an opposing force, and that force is called viscous force. That force is called viscous force. There has come a time when this viscous force balances the net downward force acting on the ball. Means, from here you can see, if this is the net force is what? V rho minus sigma whole multiplied by z. Due to this net force, its velocity continuously increasing. But the viscous force, whose value increases with increase in velocity, increases, and a time will come when this viscous force balances this weight, balances this net force, and at that moment net force on the ball becomes zero. And if the net force becomes zero, it means that ball starts dropping with a definite constant velocity, and that definite constant velocity is called terminal velocity. उसी constant velocity को हम terminal velocity कहते हैं. Now, at the moment of terminal velocity, the net force on the ball should be equal to 0. And if the net force on the ball should be equal to 0, means Fv is equal to what? V rho minus sigma whole multiplied by z. And what about this? This force is actually 6 pi eta rv by Stokes law. V is the terminal velocity. Don't confuse with this v and this v. Actually, this is a small v. This one is terminal velocity and this is volume. So, volume is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube, because the ball is spherical. So, it is 4 by 3 pi r cube whole multiplied by rho minus sigma whole multiplied by z. Now, this can be written as pi will be cancelled with pi, 2 to the 4, 2 3 the 6, means this will be radius of, the terminal velocity can be written as 1 r will be cancelled with 1 r. Terminal velocity can be written as 2 upon 9 r square rho minus sigma divided by eta whole multiplied by. What you are seeing? You are seeing that the terminal velocity free of the ball is directly proportional to square of radius. Means bigger ball will have more terminal velocity than smaller. Thanks.